Hey students, this week I want to go ahead and get you a quick introduction to QuickBooks to get you started and get you set up. This is going to be a big part of our class, and if you try to cut corners, you're going to find it's very frustrating. So I want to give you some advice in this video to kind of help you get started and to help you get through things more smoothly. Okay, so during the first week of the course, you will receive an invitation to create a QuickBooks Online company. Now, the QuickBooks assignments do not begin until Module 2, so you will get this sometime in Module 1, probably beginning of Module 1. So be looking for that in your email. So your invitation is going to go to your Baker email account, and you'll see the invitation here. And when you select it, it has instructions. Now, your instructions might be slightly different, as I might adjust the instructions from time to time. But when you select here to accept the invitation, then follow the instructions, then you're ready. And then from then on, go by whatever it says in your QuickBooks textbook. That way, you're going to be doing the homework assignments using this company. And this company is going to be used for the assignments throughout the entire course. So go ahead and do that and get that done as soon as you get a chance. Don't wait until week 2 when it's time for you to start your homework. Because what if something goes on? And as soon as you get the invitation, accept it, figure out that you can get into the course. Even if you're not ready to start the homework yet, just make sure you get that out of the way. And when it's time for you to do the homework, you'll be ready. You can go ahead and jump straight into doing your work. Now, looking in the textbook, the assignment is not due until Module 2, and the assignment starts on Chapter 3. However, I would strongly discourage starting straight into Chapter 3. When I was going through the textbook myself, I found that it was very helpful when it got time to do the assignments and for me to see how the assignments would work. If I started with Chapter 1, actually the preference has some pretty good information too. So by starting out in these early chapters and working your way up to Chapter 3, you're going to actually save yourself some time and frustration. All of the chapters, all the assignments that we're going to do build on each other. And so if you have an issue early on, it's not going to go away when you go to do Chapter 4, 5, 6, whatever. So you need to be ready. With the earlier chapters, they kind of set the stage, they set the table for you to be successful in later chapters when you actually do have homework that's assigned. The homework that's assigned for us throughout this term is Case 1. So you'll see Case 1 that's first due in Chapter 3, but if you go to any of the chapters, so I'll just switch to Chapter 5, you'll see Case 1 down there too. So the Case 1 is what you're going to be working to turn in. And when you go to the case, it has very specific instructions on how to complete the assignment. Notice that it gives you all the specific details, and you need to follow these instructions extremely carefully. Missing any one of the details will cause you problems. Now, if there's something in QuickBooks and it's not covered in this detail, then it's not important. For example, if it asks you to check a box to see if your company is exempt and you don't know if it's exempt because it doesn't tell you here, then don't worry about it. It's not going to impact the results. But if it tells you to do something here, you very much have to do it. And that's where a lot of the issues come from, is students missing a step. Notice at the end of the case for almost every week, they give you the trial balance. In other words, these are your check figures. So one thing you might do is follow along as you do each step. You can run as many trial balances as you want. What you might do is look at the trial balance to see how it's impacted after you complete one of the steps. So now that you know what the trial balance is supposed to look like at the end of each chapter, you can work through the assignment to those check figures. Before you do the cases, this is what you need to do to make sure that you do these correctly. You need to go through the chapter in detail and do everything they say in the chapter. I know that you might be maybe trying to save time by going straight to the homework. That's probably going to lead you to more time and more frustration. When you work through the chapter, you learn how to do different things that you need to do in the homework. And so when you look at this sample company, it gives you a website. So you click on, you take this website and you open it up, and it brings you to a sample company. And this is the sample company that you will use to do the walkthrough inside the chapter. And follow along with the walkthrough throughout the chapter. Again, start with chapter 1, go through chapter 2, then go to chapter 3, and then do the case that's your homework. And when you do that, you're going to find that things work a lot better for you. So don't skip the chapters. Do the actual work in the chapter. Another thing to note is that QuickBooks can make changes very quickly to their software, to the website, whereas the textbook can't. Textbooks take time to update, months and maybe longer to update a textbook. A website can be changed overnight. So one of the things, for example, they used to have in the textbook where they had add new was over here. And this is where you added new, but then they moved it over here. So that was just something that happened in the past that I noticed. And so you just have to be a little flexible. The functions of QuickBook haven't changed. They might have just changed where the buttons are located. So just be flexible. So once you've worked through chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 inside the textbook work itself, then you're ready to go ahead and start chapter 3, case 1. If you work through that order, I think you'll be much happier and things will make sense for you. Try to pay attention on the early assignments because nothing goes away. In other words, an error that you make in chapter 3 is not going to go away. It's going to continue to follow you on your trial balance. So just keep that in mind. And also one thing to note is that a lot of students that are new to QuickBooks, they struggle in the beginning, but by the time they get to the end of the textbook, they have a lot less problems. Be patient with yourself in the beginning.